get it to a production finish, but you get the idea of how to do that. You can go ahead and we can, well, actually, we did have another operation that we can do in a professional. In the professional configuration, there's an option called between two curves machining. And what that can do, it can clean up just this sloped area between the top edge and the bottom edge. Let's go ahead and do that. Between two curves, for the top edge, we're just going to use this curve here. Okay, for the bottom edge, we're going to let the tool ramp down and then cut on the bottom just a little bit to get a nice clean cut on the bottom. So we're going to use this curve right here. So the tool path is going to be calculated between these two curves from here to here. So we're going to use a tool, the corner radius mill. Let's look at what else we got. Cut parameters. We're going to cut along the curve, okay, back and forth. And we're going to do a zigzag motion. For the step over, this is going to be just a finish. So we'll just say 0.02. See how that looks. And for the entry and exit, we will just do the ramp entry in a straight connection on the ends. Let's generate that.
A quick note on this between two curves machining. What Don's showing here is it's cutting a very flat surface. It is not really restricted to this flat surface. You could have any sort of sculpted surfaces also between the two curves. So it's a really nice method when you need to finish some convoluted surfacing. It does take some time though, so it does do a lot of computation.
So here you see the finishing between two curves finishing. Now there is another way, like just on any part, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. Okay. For example, if you knew what this angle is, you could actually cut that with a chamfering operation. Use a chamfer mill with a flat bottom and then a chamfer on the side, and you can cut it like that. So that would work as well. And it would be a really nice, if you did that, it would be the perfect surface finish because the angle of the mill would match the angle of the part. Okay, so let's go ahead and simulate this.